just a quick tour of the plot and go through some of the plans, what we're going to do later in the year. So I'll turn the camera around and talk about what I've done and what needs to be done. Okay, so starting on this half plot over here, you can see all those bags. I cleared out most of that patch over there. You can see this was done a couple of days ago. So this patch is going to be used for brassicas, and if I move across, you can see that's where the 2 rows of potatoes are. I did a video of putting those in, and beyond that you can see the loganberry. In this patch just in front of me, which has got these covers on at the moment, this is where the runner beans and the French beans should go. So just below that I've put 4 rows of potatoes in. So again, both lots of potatoes are going to be covered in straw. That's probably a job for tomorrow. Get them all covered. There's no mad rush at the moment, but I will put a thick layer of straw in. The other thing which I didn't cover on the video, when I put the other potatoes in, I've used exactly the same method for these here, but the one bit I missed out, and you can probably just see some little specks on the rows, is adding the potato fertilizer. This long bed at the bottom here, which goes across the plot, you see that there's some flowers at this end, and hopefully you can just make out the far end. There's also some flowers. Those have been transplanted, so they're going to take a little bit to pick up. But that's going to be a flower bed, so all the flowers are going in there. The next thing to go in will probably be the sweet peas. Okay, so we'll move around. This is our strawberry bed, which is covered at the moment, and our gooseberries are coming on nicely. The peas which we transplanted, those will have to have this cover taken off soon and have some stakes put in. Then I've got the shallots in this bed here, and we will nip down and have a little look. Okay, so down here we've got the red onions, which are growing away nicely. If we go into the polytunnel, so in the polytunnel you can see the potatoes, and in the next bucket here, I don't know if you can see it, but that's some potatoes just coming through there. So the potatoes are doing nicely in the polytunnel. On this bed here we've got the cauliflowers. Then along here you can see hopefully the sweet peas, some brassicas ready to go out, and on the main bed we've got more brassicas ready to go out. I can't remember what these are. Iron Man, Calabrese and Vivaldi cabbage. Then we've got Long Island and Crispus, which are sprouts and red cap cabbage. Then we've got some beetroot, spring onions. Interesting that one lot have started to come up, the others haven't. Then down this end we've got, these are stocks, again more flowers to go out. We've got leeks, we've got onions, which are coming on nicely now. We've got a selection of tomatoes there, and some more potatoes growing away. Shortly we'll start picking this lettuce. Need to do a bit of weeding in this bed because there's some maize tail come through. And on our swinging shelf we've got the peas. Just mine out of the way because I'm going to hit my head on that shelf. So you can see that we've got quite a bit going on, quite a lot to do. We are at that time of year where sometimes you feel like you're behind, sometimes you feel like you're in front. But one thing I did want to mention is we are still getting frosts. So in the last week, outside the polytunnel, it has recorded that it's gone down just below zero on 2 or 3 nights this week. And inside the polytunnel, it's just managed to stay above zero. So you do need to be careful what you're planting out this time of year. We're in the West Midlands in the UK, and like I say, we're still getting the odd frost. Like I say, 2 or 3 this week, a couple the week before. So we're not clear of frost. They're not hard frosts. It's dipping just below. It's not getting to -1 even. It's just going below zero, and it's staying there for about a couple of hours, from something like 3 o'clock in the morning till 5, 6 o'clock, just as we get sunrise. But it'll be just enough to knock things over. That's why I'm going to cover the outdoor potatoes probably tomorrow. Like I said, they haven't come through yet, so they're perfectly safe. The frost, that light frost, is not going to get to them. But if they did poke their heads through the soil, then a frost of -1 for a few hours, and that will set them back a little bit. So they're going to be covered. Okay, so like I say, it was just a short video, a bit of a catch up, and hopefully there'll be another video along soon. Bye for now.